Howdy, y'all. Welcome to video number 43, where we're going to be discussing science and religion. Um, talk about these two a lot. Um, I always considered myself really, really scientifically minded, and I'm actually quite shocked that I'm sitting in this chair right now making videos the way that I do. If you asked me a couple years ago, I'd be like, there's no way. This is so against the personality that I am. I am absolutely uncomfortable sitting here. Um, I never considered myself someone who would focus on the metaphysics of life. Um, but hey, life happens and you got to kind of roll with it. Um, but the point of this video, science and religion. Um, been watching a lot of those. Well, let's start off with what was the Jordan Peterson again? Him on Jubilee, the one Christian versus 25 atheist thing, even though they changed it to Jordan Peterson versus 25 atheists. Even though if you look at my last video, I will argue Jordan Peterson is a Christian. He's well, I won't get into that. But it made me realize that, I watch other videos where it's this atheist, convince an atheist that God really exists. And then they have this repeated conversation over and over and over again. It's dead. It's boring. Neither sides listen to one another. The Christian always has some unoriginal, fact-based argument, and the scientific guy just makes fun of them and belittles them. Or you see it on the other channel where you have the religious person who's going over the facts of why Jesus was real and how, he died for your sins, and making fun of all the scientific people and how they just don't get it, whatever. You have one side speaking and the other side does not listen. But what's even crazier right now is that you actually have one side thinking like the other. Case in point, the religious people that are taking the Bible literally. You have people actively digging through books and digging physically in the sand out in the desert, trying to find scraps of something, some fragment of something to prove that some event that happened in the Bible actually happened. And then the fact that it actually happened must mean that the rest of it's true. Their whole faith is hinging upon, please, the story has to be real. And if the story's real and I found the rock that David used against Goliath, world just changed. We all have to believe now because here it is, proof, which means the whole thing's true. You see, this is scientific thinking that has infected religious thinking. But the same is true on the other side. You have scientists that are looking in microscopes and telescopes. There's got to be life out there somewhere. We can't be here all alone. If I look at something small enough, maybe I'll figure out how life really is made. Maybe I'll understand the meaning of life if we can just figure out how it all works. These two mixing, this brackish science and brackish religion, is madness. There's just really no way of getting around it. You see, science is the left hemisphere of the brain. It's logical, it's reason, it's asking, how is the world built? What is this thing made of? How does it work? Religion is the right hemisphere of the brain. It's not logical, it's intuitive. It wants to know, why are we here? Why do bad things happen to good people? Why do we suffer? And then we use science to build tools and resources so that we could protect ourselves from the cataclysms of life physically. And we use religion to develop ourselves psychologically to protect ourselves from the cataclysms of life because they're gonna happen. Suffering in life is fundamental part of being a human being. And we have two different ways of seeing the world. We have the logical view and we have the meaning view, and you need them both. Society needs them both. Airplanes don't fly by faith. And when someone close to you dies, there is no pill that's going to make you get through to the other side. To be a fully coherent human being, we need them both. And each side needs to stop seeing the other side as being different than them. If you are fully logical, or if you're fully spiritual, or if you're a logical person stuck in the religious camp and you're a spiritual person stuck in the science camp, you're broken. You are, well, insane. And these are insane times. And these are people behaving insanely. So, my rational friends, we need science to build tools, make our lives a little bit easier in the physical world. No one wants to plow fields by hand anymore. Tractors are cool, and they're nice to have. But we don't want to just medicate ourselves to death because we can't mentally handle the world around us. We need the faith. We need the understanding. So science delivers us tools on the material world, and science, just like Jordan Peterson says, or religion, delivers us the tools that are psychological. When it comes right down to it, the Bible is a psychological book. It teaches you how to live your life. Nothing literal. It's metaphor, it's parable, there's riddles, there's yeah. Some of it might be literally true, but none of that is the point. The second you grasp onto that, you have misread. Even, I'll throw in this. The story of Adam and Eve is exactly this. Adam is the left side of your brain, speaks the world, it's logic. Eve is the right side of your world, listens to the world. And the only way the two can be merged together is one has to give up a major piece to the other. If you are strictly right hemisphered and you have no logic to tie you down, you go insane. Artists that end up chopping off their ears are too far to the right. But if you are too far to the left and you haven't merged with that right side, well, we all know what happens. Way too many people die. All that aside, that's what Adam and Eve is about. To be a complete human being, you must merge the left side and the right side, the logic and the intuitive. This is how we become better people. This is how we live better lives. We're not in two different camps. There's only humanity. That's the key. That's what I'm trying to say. There isn't scientific people and there isn't religious people. Only people. There isn't Republicans and there isn't Democrats. There isn't black folks and white folks. There's only people. Stop dividing ourselves up. And something I'm going to start talking about a lot moving forward is quiet your mind and then figure out how to get out in the world and play again. We must start playing again. Join a dart league, bowling league, fight a soccer team, baseball, whatever you're into. Dungeons and Dragons, it's fine. Get out in the world and play on a regular basis. If you have kids, I want to drive home and see people playing catch in the front yard, kicking a soccer ball around, something. It's crazy. I don't hear kids playing anymore. That's insane. None of the science people are going to talk about it, neither are any other religious people. So my friends, become coherent. You need both. Figure out how it works and then how to live. And then please get out there and play, my friends. Enjoy the ride. Until then,